This is Townsquare Sunday on 1420 WBSM, a place where people come together to talk about some of the good things happening in and around New Bedford. A place to share, a place on the radio for the people.
Come together right now over me.
And now, the moderator of Townsquare Sunday, 1420 WBSM's Jim Phillips.
Good morning and welcome to Townsquare Sunday. City of New Bedford this past week mourned the death of Sister Rose Galugli, who created the first shelter in New Bedford to aid the homeless. And because of Sister Rose, New Bedford, I believe, now has a very active group of people working to help the homeless in many, many different ways. This week, we are meeting for the first time some individuals involved with an organization called Laundry Love in New Bedford. It's part of a national organization looking to help the homeless, not only in New Bedford, of course, but around the country. My guests are Travis Bowie, Marilyn St. Aubin, and Chuck Cotter. They're all with Laundry Love. They're volunteers. Welcome to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's start with Travis. Are you the chairperson
I
of this
am,
organization?
yes.
Okay, Travis. Tell us a brief story about Laundry Love. Tell us how it kind of started and how long it's existed.
Okay. It's existed for about 3 years in New Bedford. We had an intern who came to Grace Church who was looking for a new outreach idea, a new program, and she started investigating Laundry Love, and she had read about the California start for Laundry Love, and so came to our priest at Grace Church in New Bedford and said, "What do you think?" And then she started calling people to say, "Would you be involved?" And so we have been involved with Easy Clean Laundromat at 80 Summer Street in New Bedford. It's on the corner of Summer and Kempton for about 3 years. And we started off with a 2-hour slot where we would have people come for free laundry during that time. And they would have 2 free washes and dries we would pay for. We started with about 30 people, and now we have about 60 people who come during that 2-hour slot. So it's been very successful.
And let's talk to Marilyn St. Aubin for a bit. This really had a start, as Travis mentioned, in California.
Yes.
And it was a rousing success there.
Yes.
How many years has it been in its existence?
I'm not sure how many years, but I can tell you that it was a homeless person who was asked, "What could we do for you that would make you feel good?" And he said, "You can do my laundry." And that's how it got started. Right. And then, there were various locations that got started throughout the United States. And basically, we're just continuing on. All right.
1 million loads of laundry, 750,000 people served is what the website says. Not New Bedford, but nationally.
Nationally.
It is quite a story. What's your mission here in New Bedford, Mr. Cotter, Chuck Cotter?
The mission is to provide the service for the needy. It's not just homeless. Anybody can come in. There are clients. We don't refer to them as homeless or needy. They're a client coming in to get the laundry done. And we pay for the laundry. We don't actually do the laundry for them. They do it themselves. If they need help, we can help them. But we have the debit card loaded for the machines, and we have all the detergent that they need and dryer sheets. All of the detergent has been donated by members of Grace Church. We have very few expenses as far as buying supplies because of the donations we get. And we also get monetary donations from many organizations in the city.
Travis, do you have to pay the laundromat, or is there availability of volunteer?
Well, no,
gift?
we do not pay the laundromat at all. In fact, I think it works very well for the owner of the laundromat because we're bringing so many people in. But we operate on grant money and donations. And we've been very fortunate to receive grant money from people, from organizations in this area and across the nation. And so we're anxious now to try to start a second laundromat experience, Laundry Love experience, because we're able to do that, and there's a need.
Marilyn,
Yes.
tell us about the second laundromat.
We actually, Harry Jacobitz, who is the owner of Bush Cleaners on Dartmouth Street, he came to see our operation last month, and he's very excited about starting one at his location. And he said that Wednesday is his slowest day of the week, so he would like to have one on Wednesday, where ours is the last Monday of the month, and it's the slowest day at Easy Clean. And so what we're looking for is hopefully an organization or a service club to come forward and be able to, volunteer for that location. We're willing to train. We'll be happy to, get them started, but we don't know where it's going. That's why we're here to,
And if perchance someone in a service club is listening this morning,
Yes.
I'd love to hear from him.
where would they? How will they contact you?
They would need to contact Grace Episcopal Church in New Bedford. It's on County Street. May I give you the telephone number for that?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's 508-993-0547, and they would speak to Katie, who's the secretary, and I've already alerted her to the fact that I hope there'll be some people calling to be interested. And what we would like to do is offer interested parties to come and visit us at the laundromat when we have our next Laundry Love, which is the last Monday. It is the April.
Is it April 30th?
I think it is April 30th. And have people come and visit and see what we do. And I think they'll get a better idea of how it operates.
And that is the Easy Clean laundromat
Yes.
at 80 Summer Street, New Bedford, corner of Summer and Kempton. Is from 3 to 5.
Two to five.
2 to
Mhm.
5.
That's a
And
correction.
folks can do up to a couple of free loads of laundry, and detergent and dryer sheets are provided. They do the laundry themselves.
Yes.
But this free laundry service for those who need it, a pretty valuable service, I would say.
It is.
Marilyn, is the expanding this service is really a wonderful idea. What's the commitment? If there's, again, a service organization listening, what's the commitment? What do you...
Well, the commitment, first of all, they would need to secure funds in order to, make it work. I can tell you that with with us, we were very fortunate. The Masons, they gave us a large donation. South Coast Hospital Group has given us 2 major grants. First Citizens Credit Union has given us money as well, and I've been in touch with the marketing director there, and she is ready to provide volunteers. They have visited us once with volunteers from First Citizens, and she wants to provide that again. So, basically, if we can get an organization, we're willing to, help them to get it off the ground.
And this money that you've raised is used for simply detergent and other supplies?
No, the detergent has all been donated. So
Okay.
this money that we get through grants
Yep.
is used only for the laundry, for the machines. And so we're in good shape.
Right, very good.
Which is over $400.
Well, this past month it was $610
Yeah.
for the night.
Right. As people
and-
came in and you had to feed the machines?
Yep.
Yes, for the
Exactly.
wash and the dry.
Okay.
And most of them, in the beginning, we allowed them 3 loads, but then it got to be pricey, so we had to cut it down to 2. But They always seem to get it over on us. I must say, they, at one point we said no bedding, but we have decided to allow the bedding because we don't know if they're homeless. They bring in, their blankets and
Sure.
And so now we're at the point where we have the funds available, so we will let them do their
Well, and
blankets and
I've seen people
spreads.
take off their coats and put their coats
Yes,
into the washing machine.
yes.
So that's a clue sometimes. But
Sure.
again, we don't know because they're low-income people who come in, and
And
we don't ask for any kind of vetting at all. They give us their first name.
first name is all we ask.
That's it.
You're listening to Townsquare Sunday. My guests are Marilyn St. Aubin, Travis Bowie, and Chuck Carter. These folks are all with the Laundry Love program, which works out of Grace Church here in New Bedford. How many volunteers do you have involved with the program?
I would say there's 10 total.
That-
Probably 10 of us.
Yeah, I think they're 10. We don't need
Yeah.
10 people there every time, and so people come as they're able to.
And also the South Coast Health Van comes 4 times a year and parks right alongside the laundromat. And
Valuable service for those who use it.
yes, yeah. So they can get the blood pressure taken, or if they need shots, they can get shots there.
What's the role of the Grace Church, Travis? What role does the church play beyond you folks being parishioners and coming from Grace Church?
Well, I think the church's role is one of encouraging people to be involved in outreach. And we've, so that on a maybe quarterly, we have a coffee hour where we go and make a presentation to the church and say, this is what we're doing. And please come down and see what's going on. Chris Mork, who is our rector, comes occasionally, not every single time, but comes, and people love, the people who come to do their laundry love to see him. But it's mostly encouraging people to be giving and loving and reaching out to others.
I think the most sensational part of this program is how do you make contact with homeless people? You don't go out, you don't go under bridges, you don't do that. But the word still gets out.
The word is out.
When it first
how does it
started,
happen?
I actually went to places like Mercy Meals and talked about it, handed out the leaflets, and Mobile Loaves and Fishes made them aware of it. They handed out the leaflets. But now we don't do any advertising at all. We don't have to.
Well, we
Community
do.
health.
Word of mouth?
Right,
Yes.
yeah.
Totally word of mouth. Yeah,
Right.
it is.
And we do have a food pantry at Grace, so that these leaflets are out, and if I'm available, I'm saying, well, gee, have you been to Laundry Love? Do you know about Laundry Love? So we're advertising it there.
New Bedford very much involved in helping the homeless, as I mentioned, the Sister Rose passing, and but really New Bedford's been very much involved in the Homeless Service Providers Network and all the organizations that really are working to kind of resolve this problem. Why do you think that is? There's some folks who think, well, they're here, the homeless folks are here because the services are here. New Bedford's doing such a great job, we're probably attracting some folks into the city. I don't know. What do you think about that, Marilyn? I think for you folks, you just want to help.
That's
Right.
basically, we're retired, and we're giving back to the community, and we feel very good about it. And we also, there's been 2 years that they've had New Bedford Connect at the YMCA, and they've had many organizations that have gone there, and they have like a one day, it's not a seminar, but it's
It's a symposium.
It's a symposium,
Really,
I guess
yeah.
you would call it, and it's giving all these folks knowledge of what services are available, and we were part of that.
Yeah, if you have services, you might as well make sure they get used. I mean,
That's right.
That's really the
And
way.
that we know about each other so we can support one another. Wow.
That's correct. What's been the community reaction to your program?
It's been very, very, very positive, positively positive. Yeah.
Anything to add, Marilyn, about that? I'm Marilyn or Travis.
Travis.
Well, I'm just trying to think. I was talking to some ladies yesterday, and I had gotten an email saying this is the best kind of soap that you can get. You know, I saw this in Consumer Report, and what have you thought about using this? And the other lady saying, well, I don't bring you laundry soap, but I do put a check in the mail on a monthly basis to help you out. And so people have been most generous. And when we've had these meet and greet sort of at coffee, people have really been fascinated by the fact that this program exists, that it's so successful, and several of them within the past couple of months have come in and said, well, I'm a little nervous about this. I'm not quite sure what this is, but I'd like to come by and see what it is. And they've stayed and they've become volunteers, so can't get better than that.
And we have had some volunteers who would come once or twice, and it wasn't a good fit for them, so
Right.
they move on, which is fine.
Yeah.
What do
But at
volunteers
least they
do?
know.
What do volunteers do at the laundry?
They will load the machines using the card. I handle the detergent. Marilyn checks them in.
I check
and,
them in.
And Travis.
Right.
And then we have tapes where we put their name on a white
Masking
masking
tape.
tape, and then they put that on the machine. You know, they allow 2 loads. When they finish the wash, they come back and we give them a green tape for the dryer. So it works really well.
Yeah.
I have to tell you one story, if I may.
Please.
When we our very first event, we had this gal who she came in with her luggage. It was a rainy night, and she had her laundry in the luggage, and she hadn't eaten in 2 days, and she was a young person. And Chuck went out and went to McDonald's and bought her food. She did her laundry. We called a taxi to take her back, and you know where she was going? She was going to a tent behind Price Right, and that's where she was living. It gives me goosebumps,
Yeah.
you know, to see. But yeah,
There are many people, for many reasons, some of which we might understand, some of which we might not understand, why people are homeless or without shelter or any of that. But I think you're certainly doing your part to help them move on, at least have a clean
and you know we're
pair
very
of socks to wear and clothes and all of
very
that.
fortunate with the contributions and the grants that we've received.
All right,
Very.
so some quick questions. If people want to contribute, what should they do? Travis?
I would think they would contact Grace Church, and they could contribute. You're talking about soap and detergent, that kind of items.
whatever.
Money.
All right. They could all be sent to Grace Church or taken down to Grace Church, and they will gather them for us.
All right. If people want to volunteer, what should they do, Marilyn?
Well, they can, again, call Grace Church and say that they're interested in volunteering, and Katie would, you know, take their name, and then we could
We'll
coordinate. We'll contact them.
If we have, no, not if, when we have our second site, well, we can use these people at the second site,
Yes.
too.
Very good. And again, if a service group wants to get involved, call Grace Church.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the instructions? All right.
Yes.
Call Grace Church. We very much
And
would
we're
like to see-
located at 133 School Street in New
That-
Bedford.
That's
The only
correct.
other thing that I would like to say about the people that come to Laundry Love is that they have been so wonderful. They have formed a community, you know, a support community within themselves, and they offer help. There are many people who come in speaking languages that I don't speak. And there have been people coming in from Puerto Rico who are Spanish speaking, but we have Spanish speaking clients, and they help each other out, and it's been a very pleasant experience for everybody from that point of view.
That's wonderful. My thanks to Travis Bowie, Marilyn St. Aubin, and Chuck Carter. They are 3 of the volunteers for Laundry Love here in New Bedford. It's done out of the Grace Church, a wonderful program. And for all of you, really, it's safe to say you're doing God's work here, no question about it. The best of luck to you, and good luck with finding an operator for that second
Yes,
one.
thank you.
Thank you.